Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at the NECA Gargoyles Detective Broadway Silver Falcon. Now, it's been a long time since I've done a Gargoyles review. Hell, it's been a long time before anyone has done new Gargoyles reviews, as they haven't really produced any. I saw this back at PowerCon in late July, early June of 2023, and here we are in April of 2024, and it's finally coming out as part of the Holothon, so you can get it, or at least you could. I haven't checked the Target website there right now, and then eventually I believe it will be, anyone can have it. I was told this was going to be a NECA exclusive, NECA store exclusive. I was kind of aggravated because it was going to cost more to get it shipped, but lo and behold, here it is. So there's your wonderful artwork here. Door that opens, you get the window there, you get the draped wings, you get two heads, which I believe are the same heads you had before. It's probably going to be the same body, the same fists. You get 5 hands rather than 6, and we will take a look at them and see if they're the exact same. But anyway, here we go. A wonderful artwork, an angry face. He's got the open trench coat. Here we have him in his detective's hat. And let's be honest, he's going to have the detective hat, at least for me. And here you can see you can use him without the wings. So if you have the other Broadway, and we're going to take a look at them, we'll see how the draped wings go, and then we'll actually look and see if the big wings can fit with the cape on, or not the cape, the trench coat. Anyway, wonderful artwork. You have your awesome cross out. Is there anything new on here? Nope, nothing that we haven't got already. So anyway, let's get into this because I'm definitely excited to open up another Gargoyles, as it has been so long. But before we do, please take a second. If you like this type of content, you like when I give you Gargoyle stuff, take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you'll be notified every time I drop one. Now let's go take a look. Alright, so I got him out of the package, and as you can see, I have the original Broadway back here. I have all of his accessories that he came with the original up here on my my box full of other Gargoyles accessories that I've got with other figures. So first thing is, this is the insert, and if you are an out-of-box collector and you throw the old box away but you do some sort of display, this here actually works really well. You can place your figure inside it somehow, just so it has some sort of background to it that looks somewhat like Gargoyles. Now, this guy's a little bit different. He doesn't have the giant wings, so you don't have to really worry about a display. But then again, with the big wings, it might be hard to get him in something like that. So we'll look at everything that he does come with, and then we will get into the actual figure. From what I can tell, he looks like he's the exact same buck as this Broadway, which I'm perfectly fine with. So I did quickly look at everything. So here is the just regular head that he has there. From what I can tell, paint is the exact same. The sculpt is the exact same. So you don't really have to worry about, if I throw them in the same box and they get mixed and matched, they're the exact same ones. So quickly looking at this, great paint, great eyes. This figure, he does, they all just pop, but you know, you don't see any paint rub here on the tooth, or on the teeth, shall I say. Black down the middle, so this just looks really good. We have the angry Gargoyles face where they have no pupils, which I love. Every single one of them comes with it. Teeth are painted, looks good. Maybe there's some paint rub there. It's kind of hard to tell looking through the lens. But this is the exact same head sculpt that I have right here. There is absolutely no difference, just like everything else. So, but here you go. This guy kind of gives me that merman feel with the ears and everything. So we're going to have 2 fists for punching, obviously. I guess you could use it for some other things. No paint apps on this at all, not even the nails. And here we have one grabbing one, which is actually the one that he's using right there. You can kind of stretch these out so they're able to hold different things. So he does have the popcorn in there. The hand does have to stretch for that, so I can only imagine that is stretched just a little bit. Here we have his tail. I'll show you how to put the tail on in case you've never done it before. The holes there, no, that's not a little ghost or anything. It is because it is a bendy wire. Now this is very important because as you can see here, they are supposed to stand up like this on their toes. One thing is the weight of them will eventually usually bring it down. Also, it'd be almost impossible to balance. Yes, they have pegs, but to be honest, they have so much weight in the way that it's held, you might have a hard time even getting these on a stand. But the tail there is awesome for standing. It pretty much works as a tripod. People have complained about how big the wings are. Yes, the wings are big. I knew that when I bought them. The tail is really what knocks everything over, because when you try and remove one, it's usually wrapped around another figure, and guess what? 4 or 5 figures go down at the same time. All right, so his accessories. So quickly, if you remember the other one, he comes with his popcorn, then he comes with his mace/axe. They actually come apart. He has this nice big drumstick, and then he has this, which looks like an alien hand, to be honest. So if you want food accessories, this figure gives them to you. You can use them for anything. Your G.I. Joe, Marvel Legends, anything that's going to be eating. Bronx comes with something. Alf, he comes with food along with a cat and a sandwich. So here we have a nice sandwich, and the fact that the detail that they put into this. So you have what almost looks like rye bread. Now, I could be wrong. This could be something that was in the cartoon. It's been a long time since I've seen the cartoon, so I don't fully remember. But you got your cheese, you have your tomato on it, you have your lettuce, and then you have whatever your meats are, right? Great detail. Nice big bite out of it. This is something that you could have on your roadblock, as he's just made a sandwich. As we know, he was a chef. We have some Chinese here. You got your chopsticks hanging out. And they put so much detail, and look at the paint apps on that. It's not just one color. So, but it's also not flimsy. So this thing is not going to break. A little bit of detail around here just to give it some shadowing, some shading there. A big bowl of, I'm going to assume, chili. It's been a long time, like I said. Scratches in the pot. The inside has detail on it. It looks like it is actually boiling, which is super awesome. And obviously you have a ladle that's sitting here, and the ladle's in there pretty good. It doesn't feel super cheap, but I would assume if you put too much pressure on it, it's probably going to break. And then here we have a jar of pickles. I believe they're pickles. Again, if I'm wrong, please feel free to tell me. And look at this. When you look at how this looks, it's meant to look like this is pickle juice in it. So it looks like it's actually kind of staying there. They do kind of rattle around. You can hear that. So you could probably open this up if you really wanted to. I'm not in the business of doing that. But you got a nice jar here. So again, really nice looking stuff. All right. Now let's get to the actual figure. And his trench coat, which we do know opens up. So quickly, we'll just open this up here. Just has one little tie here, and then voila, there he is, his big belly, kind of like old Punk's here, big belly with muscles. It's a weird look, I'll just say that. And quickly looking at this figure, his giant wings, I would say the loincloth looks like it might be a little bit darker, but it is the exact same. But I would say that other than it seems to be a little bit darker, nothing else is different. The shading around his belly, around his chest here, accenting all the muscles that he has. Seems to be the exact same. So, don't really need to worry too much about it being a different figure. And maybe something broke on this figure. You've had it, you played around with it, it broke. Now you're going to buy this and you can kind of swap them if you want. So, there's support for your tail. It just pops in. I'm assuming you guys all understand how a tail or anything like this attaches in. And as you can see, the tail is already smacking into the camera. That's exactly what I'm talking about. These things cause a problem. The tail is wonderful because it keeps them upright. It's basically used as a tripod. Unfortunately, they start wrapping around and they start hitting other figures. So, his articulation here is he can move side to side. His belly kind of moves, or shall I say his chest does move side to side. It kind of moves up and down a little. So there's not a huge ab crunch there, but you can see how it is. His head is going to have a very limited, I guess it doesn't have limited. If I raise it up a little bit, you see better. His head can look down, he can look straight, side to side. He does have double joints here. So his elbows here, double joints. I really don't want to take this off, as there's no real reason to. Wrists are going to move back and forth. T-pose only goes up so far. I do remember playing with these figures a little bit here. So, but look at that, he kind of has a menacing look already to him. There's this Jean-Claude Van Damme. He can go up straight, go back really nicely. Knees right there now. Again, not pinless, but it's kind of hidden. His feet are going to move back and forth, and obviously the toes are meant to move so you can get them up in a position like so. Kind of walk, they're supposed to walk like this. So this is exactly the reason why you need this tail here. A lot of people will push it down like that. That's not how they really walk. You want them to be up on their toes. I mean, if you want to be like the TV show, you can do whatever you want. It's your toy. All right. So, let's look at the figure. Soft, good cape. Not a cape. Soft, good trench coat, which you could use for, let's say, any other figure that you really want. Sure, you'd have to make sure you don't take shots from the back, as there are 2 squares cut out for the wings. This head sculpt here, the hat is molded on. It looks to be the same face. Oh, I guess it is a different face. He has a more shocked face. It's actually a little bit wider. I'm not doing this any justice, am I? So the face looks good. Eyeballs, again, completely different head sculpt. There you have your hat here. Paint app that goes around the your little detective cap. Looking at the trench coat, you get your wired belt that goes around. Don't seem to have any pockets within it, which is okay. I mean, no big deal. Nice collar that flips up. But you do have three loops to make sure that the belt stays where it's supposed to. All right. So let's cover up the belly. And it feels like there's a wire through here. So you can pose this pretty much any way you want. Same with the collar. You want the collar up. And we can put that up. I have him like in a really scary pose, like he's trying to scare someone, don't I? And because of the wire, you can usually only wrap it one time and you're good. All right? Put the collar down. All right. So, draped wings. You can see here, there are 2 ports in the back. That's where the wings actually connect. And on the inside, so you see how pliable these are. So you're able to wrap around. Inside is green. They take a lot of detail in this. Again, only 2 paint apps, along with, well, 2 paint apps on the inside. You got the whole outside of the cape, and then you have your blue, which is the rubber plastic that they're using. I'm assuming we got to pop his head off. Comes off nice and easy. This thing's going down. And it's definitely going to be difficult to get this in here. So, trying to find these. Now, you don't have to do this. It just kind of pushes it down where it's supposed to be. But I really think with the trench coat on, it's gonna be a little bit difficult. But you can do it. So we just kind of push that. So we'll deal with that later. As a matter of fact, these wings are actually going to be going on this Broadway over here, just to help make way for a little bit of space. And we'll actually pop on an angry head, because we'll make it so he's going from Detective Bronx to around Bronx, Detective Broadway to Angry Broadway. Now, these aren't hard to pop on, other than you have, I don't have the wings placed in the right spot. Now, again, this is one of the issues that you kind of come with when you do a review the way that I do, that I want to show you how easy it is. Well, this figure is going to take you a little bit of time just to get the trench coat, the wings on, if you want the wings. Now, I'm not going to use the wings to begin anyway. I will try and get it over on this one without the wings in a second. Here, it looks like he's, I don't know, just come out of the shower or answering the door naked. All right, so here, we'll take this head. We'll throw it on here. So it does pop on real nice. Again, draped wings do get in the way because of how I had them. Here we're going to pop these off. I'm not a big fan. These are probably maybe the worst wings that we had. They seem to get really loose, which is really on the figure probably. But here we go. You can see how easy the wings will go on if you want him about to fly still in the trench coat. And let's be honest, we're going to do the trench coat. We should make it look a little bit nicer. I do apologize for how rough this video is coming out, but that's what you get. If you've been watching my reviews, especially the G.I. Joes, you know exactly how I do stuff like this. I want you to see how it is firsthand. That's why these take so long. So with the wings, looks awesome. Hands are going to pop out nice and easy, and then you shoot stuff off. Again, tail, hit that. It can be a total nightmare. So we want the, he has to have a holding hand because he has a lot of accessories to hold on to. So there we go with that. You see how fast, how easy that came off. Now let's throw the sandwich on him, and you got him holding this. Now I wish you had two holding hands, because I think it just fit a little bit better. So I guess you could have an angry face where he's about to eat the sandwich. It would have been nice to give him a separate face that he's actually eating the sandwich. So maybe not have this one have an eating face. Because let's be honest, most people that have this figure are also going to have that one over there. Give me 1 second as I pick up the jar of pickles that we shot off, and then I dropped again. Just so you guys realize, I do not drop stuff nearly as much as I do when I'm doing a review. So let's pop this head off here. Gonna drop these wings on. You can see the color is meant to match. So these will pop right on in. Way harder, again, as you can see, way harder when you're trying to maneuver in here because this is hiding it, and every time you move it, it's actually pushing the trench coat in the way. Now, when I went into this line, I didn't care how big the wings were. A lot of people complained. It doesn't bother me, but as the collection and the line has grown, and my toy line has grown, my toy collection, that looks awesome. That perfect. If you have, well, I guess you don't even have to have this figure. You can get this figure and just take it off, and you have exactly what you're going to get here, other than the accessories. So he is a true repaint. No reason to go out and get this Broadway and this one if you don't want. All right. So there we go. There he's eating. I'm getting rid of the wings. They're going back into the box because I think he looks perfectly fine without it. Of course, let's throw him on with his detective hat because that just seems to make way more sense. Maybe we want to have him with his Chinese food. As I said, you can spread the hands out, and now he is eating some Chinese. Unfortunately, he doesn't have like hands to hold for the chopsticks, but again, you can make do. Then we have his pot of chili, bowl of chili. There you go. That is your Detective Broadway. I don't know how much more there is to show. Like I said, you want his feet kind of in the up position like this. And you're going to use that tail. That's definitely going to get in the way. But there you go. I guess we can quickly. I feel like I'm going to regret this the moment I take off. Yeah, so you can just take this off. If you want to use a trench coat for someone else, you have to pull off the hands. Again, I'm just adding to the length of this video, and you guys are like, why is this guy dragging this on so long? And, well, I would assume if you're asking that, you've never seen another video of mine. Alright, so here's the trench coat. I kind of want to pull this off just because. Let's use your finger, if that would work. Let's grab this, his tactician from G.I. Joe. And it's a little big on him. Actually, it's really big on him. But if you were able to put something in his hand, pull this up, I think you could get away with making it look like... You can make this work on a Joe figure. You probably make it work way better on a 7-inch figure because these are built on a 7-inch buck. And as you can see... And I believe I don't know if he's one of the shorter ones, but he also has crouched knees right now. Right now he's in the squatty potty position, just like a Motu Origins figure or Master of the Universe original figure. So you can see how much bigger he is with the bent knees. All right, let's wrap it up. Okay, correction, as I was doing my final part of the video, I didn't realize the hat does come off. And here we look at it. There are 3 little notches, and it fits on any one of the heads. and it just kind of pops on like that, and it stays on perfectly fine. So you want to throw it on this one here. It fits. And then you can throw it on this one too. So they did mold this new face as is the old one, and same with that. But it will work with any of the Broadways that you have. So there you go. Mistake, but again, this is actually done better in my opinion, because now you can swap it. I thought that it was molded on like a lot of other accessories that we see with some of the other figures. Okay, so my final thought on this Broadway is that I'm not sure we really needed it. I like them. I think the accessories are awesome, but I think you could have done an accessory kit for $20, considering the figure is the exact same. But let's say you don't have the other Broadway. You want this one. The only thing you're not going to get are the big giant wings and some of the accessories, but you're going to get everything else along with a third head sculpt. So it's up to you. Pick it up if you want. I will have to say, though, as I'm looking at this here and I see this pot of chili, if they ever do a live action Gargoyles, they have to use Kevin from The Office, because he actually kind of looks like him, and I think he could actually play that. So there you go. Pick him up if you want him. He's available at Holothon right now. All right, so there you have it. That is my review of Detective Broadway. I don't know if we needed this figure, and I really like the Gargoyles, but this is just a direct repaint. I think for $20, you could have given a package with the draped wings, the trench coat, the hat, new head sculpt, and the accessories. And then if people really wanted to have one of each, they could have just bought another Broadway, which they would have actually made a little bit more money. And I'm not trying to corporate show for anyone or tell someone how to make more money, but the fact that there's no paint apps, nothing is different on the buck. The hands are the same. They give you the same two faces. They do give you the extra one. Again, draped wings, yes, but it is one of those where it's like, if you're not going to make any changes to it paint app wise, how about you just give us an accessory kit for it? But I'm not complaining. I bought it. It was like $37. I do like it. I'm not buying the Wedding Vows one, because those figures are the exact same. They give you different face sculpts. They change the heads where they have different face sculpts, and they give you a couple other accessories. But this is a $70 pack, and I'm just not willing to spend that. You can actually get that one at Best Buy right now. A lot of people found it. I found it at Best Buy, but I'm not spending $70 when I already have Demona in Goliath. So, but there you go. If you want this figure, he will be available soon, I'm sure, at Target. You can get him at Holothon. Soon he'll be available at all your normal toy stores and toy retailers. Sergeant Reds if you're in Utica, Michigan, or anywhere in the Michigan area. So there we go. Check it out if you are interested. But before I go, please take a second. If you're on Facebook, Facebook group page, Punks with Toys, because once you join, you're a punk with toys. Instagram, a punk with toys. There's 2 of them. Subscribe to both, because it's just cool to do so, right? All the cool kids are doing it. Last but not least, like I mentioned, if you've made it this far and you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a Gargoyle. And there are more coming, Macbeth. So get ready. More Gargoyles to come. Now with smaller wings. Well, not really. They're just giving you draped ones. They're actually still the same size. All right, I'm going to get out of here. But listen, if you're interested in the first Broadway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link right here to the first Broadway review. And down here is a playlist of all the Gargoyles that I've done. I've done them all, except for the Wedding Vows. As I said, I'm not getting it. Take care.